I am at the AATA Transit Center, downtown Ann Arbor. And this is Monday. Oh, the date, I'm not sure. But you'll know the date because I'm going to post this to Facebook right after I'm finished taking the video. So, a few days ago, I posted. That's a hacker somewhere here. Shame, ain't it? No black enterprise. So, as I was saying, a few days ago, I posted some videos, actually a number of them, of my experiences here with the public. And a hacker, probably the same too. And so I found this in the bathroom, the men's bathroom. And I have a bag, and I have a lot of files, as you can see, and folders. So I thought it was mine because I actually took them out to rewrap them, and I picked this up by mistake. So I was quite shocked when I got to the library, the downtown library across the street there, and realized that this wasn't my folder. And so, but immediately upon touching the folder, I felt a strong shock of some type of, I would say, static electricity. So as I was saying, yeah, a strong shock of static electricity from handling this folder, and it's not uncommon for what I experienced in the apartment that I shared with Alexander Raskine of the University of Michigan Metabolomics Department Core, and at the Kellogg's Eye Institute. And so then I went through these documents so that I can get a better understanding of what it is I'm handling or had handled by accident. And it appears to be a number of documents specific to someone dating back to 2016. All of the documents date back that far. So, and that's all that. Those are the only documents that are in here from those dates, except for this kind of clinic, compassionate care or whatever. So I didn't go into that too much, but all these receipts date from 2016, between 04 and 06 of 2016. But, well, what I noticed the most were these stamps here. Very interesting, very powerful electric charge is associated with them. It's intermittent. It's not necessarily consistent, but it's how would one say? It's let's say it's a hacker. So let's say it's regularly intermittent. No, you can't say that, right? That doesn't quite agree. How should I say this? The charge is often reoccurs when handling this strip of stamps. There we go. And so one would think upon the face of this material that the entire strip is perhaps somehow treated to give off such a shock. But then when you turn it over, there is a stamp missing, and then in the right kind of light, you can see that there is an adhesive here, probably to a considerable extent apropos, but it could also be modified or enhanced. So I suspect that part of the strip of stamps may have some chemical on it that attracts a very strong electric charge that can be felt in handling this whole strip of stamps. And I just find it to be a very strange coincidence that I experience the exact same phenomenon living with a scientist of the University of Michigan whom I've reported to the FBI, to the CIA, and to Ann Arbor police, law enforcement, about these strange experiences. I've even had the Ann Arbor Police Department out to my house for a similar phenomenon, which they talked me out of making a hacker, and notice the cadence of a hacker. A hacker. A hacker. And notice the cadence of those interruptions. So I've even had the NR police out to my house and have had them remove materials that were questionable to human health. I've explained to them symptoms that I've experienced on a larger scale than just a strong electric shock from handling materials in the apartment. I've complained about ionized pins and ionized currencies, coins. I have videos of those. I guess I'll upload those right after this. And they talked me out of filing a report, or they didn't take a report, or they rationalized or minimalized my concerns and my symptoms. And yes, they did offer ambulance assistance, but the ambulance assistance was more intimidating and questioning of my mental faculty and mental health than they were concerned about the symptoms that I were reporting to them physical. So that posed as a deterrent for me to seek medical treatment at the time of those specific incidences. But I've been to the hospital since then, and I appear to be relatively okay. I'm told that I don't have any imminent threat of my health, but that I should urgently seek the further analysis of my general practitioner within 3 days' time, actually. So I guess today I'm going to initiate that. And so I guess what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to first present it to the FBI, which is within walking distance on the other side of that bus. They have what do they call U.S. Marshal security guards in the atrium there, and they generally don't take materials. Anyway, they generally don't take materials that I've told them have caused me harm or could be possibly hazardous to the public. But they do take a message and forward it to an agent, Special Agent Tawby, apparently, of which or of whom has not contacted me since almost a month now of making those reports with no follow-up inquiry or concern. So I suspect that they're going to act the same way, and they're not going to take this material, and then I guess I'm going to um, give it to the personnel here at the AATA Transit Center, since I found it here initially. But I've also presented similar hazardous substances and items to the Ann Arbor Police Department, and they've made it clear that they don't accept hazardous materials, that I could possibly appeal to the fire department to accept them, but there's no guarantee that they will. And so I've had to come up with creative ways of disposing of materials that I have at first hand experienced harm, that most certainly would cause someone else harm if they handled them in a similar fashion and manner.